a few people on my server got together and made some Ashlands builds. Of course, this was done in the current Ashlands because the new Ashlands update is not out yet, but I thought this would be a nice way to commemorate and remember Ashlands as it currently is before it changes. This was all done on my server, and if you want to join that server, click the link in the description. So first up, we have B Vitamin, who's actually built the Ashlands build you can see here that's near the water. The first thing I really like about this build is the bridge design, which you see right here, and you can actually use this in a number of different situations. From further afield, you see we have a bit of a port entrance here with the boat underneath and the build more in the background. And using some sign magics, which I covered in a recent video, we have this very funny looking green frog right here just set up on the hill. But back to the build itself, and from the overview it looks pretty awesome, but let's take a closer look. So as we go in, we have this guard stood here holding the lantern, and actually I think that's a really nice touch. So this is done with the root armor and the lantern being all hung onto an armor stand, and as you can see it creates quite a cool effect and a really nice lighting option. Then we have what looks like a toll office, and this is not a toll I'd be trying to get through without paying if this guy was in charge. But a really nice detailed room here with the treasure and the guard and stuff like that. It looks very, very cool. And I particularly like the flaming skull effect. Very simple, but very nicely done. And then up here we have a couple of beacons, and both of them look pretty cool. Viewing them from here, you can see how this has been done with the wood to create a really nice Ashlands effect. And the flametal ore that we have at the bottom of this tower is actually a really nice touch. Next up, we have Toadwart's build, which is why we find ourselves in Purgatory. Again, using some sign magic for this awesome sign. So we start near the top of this awesome looking pyramid, and a bit more sign magic there to create that big red flame on top, which has actually been really nicely done. Getting closer, you can see there's actually a flame inside a flame with multiple colors, and it really adds a nice effect to the top of this pyramid, showing what you can do with the sign magic. Heading back inside though, let's go and wind our way down the staircase and see what we come across. So on the first level here, you can see we've got a lot of black marble in this build and a lot of fire and smoke, which is exactly what you'd want and expect from Ashlands. As we wind our way down, we find ourselves in this hall right here, which actually feels a little bit satanic to me, but is in fact just a very rare fire seeker. And lots of fire and redness all around this build really makes it feel like it's an Ashlands build to me. Really like this one. We can also head outside. Again, this has been built near the water, and we even have a little dock area right here. And this is how it looks from the outside, which to me is probably the most impressive thing of all when you see this build from the outside with the giant pyramid there. So a really awesome build there by Toadwart. Thank you for your entry. That is looking fantastic. And something I nearly missed was this right here that says fish are friends, not food. And around the waters of Toadwart's base, we have all the Ashlands fish right here. So that's pretty cool. Actually, they're just swimming there happily, merrily, and no one's killing them. So that's quite nice. We even have like the angler dude right here. These look so cool, don't they? Look at this guy. I've gone underwater, which is why it looks even better. But yeah, all these, are they lava fish, magma fish? I forget the name of them right now. I have to check that out, and some other types of fish here too. But it looks really cool. Next up, we have Jingles, and it seems that pyramid-like structures that are built near the sea are becoming quite popular on this server. Jingles has done the biggest port that we've seen so far. As you can see down here, we've got a nice dock area with a few different types of boats. In fact, every type of boat in the game, which is a really nice touch. Then we come to the pyramid itself, which looks absolutely fantastic. A very sort of Mayan feeling pyramid to me, but yeah, it looks really cool, doesn't it? And I love the Yowl trophies that are just standing guard out the front here. They look pretty cool in and of themselves. As you can see, there's a winding staircase structure where you can actually walk right up to the top here, where you find the bonfire that is nicely lit. And these iron beams that stick out from the stone look very authentic to me and actually add a bit of depth and structure to the build. So it actually looks really nice. Heading inside the Temple of Logi, as it has been named by Jingles, we find ourselves in this hall area. And it looks like there's some sort of secret meetings that take place here where we have something going on up at the front. And again, a bit of a satanic feel as we've got a sacrifice team members area down in the corner here. Standing at the front podium, you can see here we've got our audience waiting to listen to us, but looking around the building, you can see here it's been really nicely decorated on the inside too. And whilst not officially a sacrifice team member, I think I'll be alright to have a sneaky look downstairs and see what's going on. So down here we have what looks to be a torture dungeon, and it's actually a little bit spooky. Like, obviously I know this is just the gamer stuff, but I don't know, it's a little bit scary down here, guys. In order to speed up the torture that happens on that table behind us, we have all of the torture utensils right here, and it's always good to be organized as you're chopping bits off as you're torturing people. We have what looks to be a corner of dark magic going on over here too, and perhaps a couple of recent customers. And in fact, there's someone over here right now. This is Winter, my admin. He doesn't know I'm here because I'm in free fly mode, so he's just running around right now. Well, he knows that I'm nearby because of the map, but he doesn't know I'm literally like this because I'm in free fly. Sorry to interrupt your torturing there, Winter. Oh, and we also have a nice handy tool shelf just above the torture area itself. Now, Winter actually came from down here, which, I mean, this looks awful, doesn't it? Some very torturous machine indeed being built down here in the corner. So I might take this opportunity to get out of here whilst I'm still alive. This next series of structures was built by Greywing, and I have to say it's a little bit different to some of the other builds in so much as it's not really a single build, but more an area. You can see here we have a front gate which has been opened to allow us to get in. Then heading in through there, we have a bit of a bridge-like structure going off to the left there. The bridge has been really nicely decorated and is a very unique bridge, something you wouldn't see just built in any Valheim world, but one that's actually built to this specific world. And what I mean by that is it's been built to fit the terrain that it needs to go on top of, as you see here. Leaving the bridge, we've got a nice central point here with the bonfire surrounded by some Surtling trophies. And then further on, we have like a small fort-like structure that's been built over here. And the inside has been really nicely decorated, as you can see here. We even have some Ashlands food testing if you want to come and try your Ashlands food. Nice touch using the obliterators as decorations on top of the fort here. So a really nice build here from Greywing, and thank you very much for building this and allowing me to showcase it. And last but not least, we have Architect's build, which he has said is unfinished. From the dock area right here at the front, we have a very unique looking gate to get in. Heading through this cool gate design, and inside we have a bit of a courtyard area here surrounded by some stone walls for an Ashlands castle-like structure. We've got a nice little garden area right here in the front, which is always good for decoration. And then the main fort itself, well, there's quite a lot of noise coming from. Heading inside the main doors, we see there's a bit of a room here. Again, this is unfinished, but I'm sure more will be built here. And then we have this tower structure up the top here, which actually looks really, really cool, doesn't it? A very unique looking tower design for sure. And the fort itself has been nicely built near the water again and used some cliffs there for extra protection, so that's pretty cool too. If you'd like to see 50 Valheim tips you don't know, click the video on screen now, or join the server by clicking the link in the description.